Alien Hominid is a 2D side-scroller released by the Behemoth in 2004. 19 years later, the Behemoth would release a sequel named Alien Hominid Invasion. In today's video, I will be explaining the entire story of Alien Hominid. The story begins with an FBI agent relaxing in front of a TV. A UFO flies into Earth's atmosphere, which alerts the agent as he presses a button. This shoots down the UFO with a large laser. As the alien on board is unable to control the UFO, it crashes into a city right in front of the FBI building. The FBI clean up the UFO crash, leaving the alien behind. They also steal a fat kid's ice cream, and yes, that's what they're called. This sets up an alliance between the alien and the fat kid, something that will persist throughout both games. The FBI begin to swarm the alien, trying to take him out, but armed with its blaster, the alien is just too strong, plowing his way through the urban streets until he encounters the first boss. The FBI deploys Tin Man, a large mechanical robot that can shoot lasers and swing its arms, but Tin Man is no match as the alien defeats it and progresses through the streets. After fighting off more waves of FBI, the alien eventually finds himself on the docks. Here he faces Insto Ball, an alien eyeball piloting a large metal body. As the alien and Insto Ball fight, the metal body begins to fall apart, eventually leading to an explosion, leaving nothing but Insto Ball behind. The alien leaves on a bus, leaving Insto Ball crying on the docks. On the highway, the alien is once again attacked by the FBI, this time in a large metallic wasp. But once again, the alien is able to defeat it and is picked up by a fat kid. The alien is then dropped off back in the city. Fighting his way through more FBI, he passes a nuclear power plant which ends up getting destroyed. The waste from this power plant ends up leaking into a pudding shop. A reaction occurs and Baron Butterscotch is born, basically a large pudding monster. But using his blaster, the alien is able to defeat the monster. The alien continues fighting his way through the city, defeating FBI and large metal robots along the way. Eventually, the alien sees his UFO, so the alien defeats the FBI and pilots his ship. In response, the FBI deploy an anti-air weapon to try and take down the UFO, but using the ship's beam, the alien is able to drop the weapon's missiles on itself, destroying the weapon. As the alien flies away, the FBI pursues using jetpacks and helicopters, which just so happen to be carrying the upgrades for the alien's UFO, which he uses to defeat a rocket piloted by the FBI. Coincidentally, a Russian KGB general named Boris launches a missile towards America, but instead of landing at its target, it hits the alien UFO instead, causing the alien to lose the UFO and land in Russia. Now in Russia, the alien must fight through multiple KGB officers to try and get back to his ship. The alien fights his way through more enemy robots until he comes across a Yeti. This large bear-type creature allows the alien to ride on its head. Working together, they destroy Russian towers and continue chasing Boris. After fighting many more robots, the alien finds a snowplow. He uses the snowplow to catch up to Boris, who is riding on a train. The alien eventually boards the train, but as he does, Boris detaches the train carriages, leaving the alien behind. Further ahead, the alien spots his UFO, which is taken up on a large tower. He then makes his way up this tower, whilst avoiding lasers shot from a satellite. On top of the tower, Boris has taken control of the alien's UFO. In the background of this fight, we can see multiple Russian airships launching into the sky. After being defeated, Boris ejects the UFO and deploys a parachute. Whilst gliding down to safety, a large hawk grabs Boris and drops him on a conveyor belt, slowly leading to a large saw. But this is not the last time we'll see Boris. Now reunited with his UFO, the alien travels into space, destroying enemy satellites and spacecrafts. But unfortunately, the alien is captured by the US military and taken to Area 51. But on the way, the alien is able to break free, landing him in a desert. The alien battles his way through the desert, defeating wildlife and even a different alien species. The military quickly realizes that the alien escaped and deploys soldiers to try and capture him. But using his blaster, the alien is able to defeat all the enemies and make his way into Area 51. Now in Area 51, the alien continues fighting the soldiers. One notable enemy is this soldier piloting a large mech. Upon defeating it, the alien is able to pilot one himself. Using the mech, the alien stomps his way through Area 51, until he comes across a large metal robot, something he'll have to fight without the mech. But he's able to defeat the robot and continues fighting through the hallways. This leads into a room which just so happens to have Installball, now piloting a much larger metal body. But by focusing on Installball, the alien is able to defeat him. But unlike the first fight, the alien actually makes peace with Installball, forming a new alliance. So Installball and the alien finish fighting their way through Area 51 until they meet their final boss, a large buff alien hominid. The alien's UFO in the background is being towed away, so Installball chases the UFO whilst the alien stays behind to fight. The fight starts with a 1v1, Alien Blaster versus Alien Blaster. After an intense fight, the large alien hominid pilots a huge UFO, forcing the alien to destroy the enemy ship. After sustaining enough damage, the UFO beams up the alien. Now riding an out-of-control UFO, the two aliens battle it out, and after a long and lengthy battle, the alien defeats the larger alien hominid as it falls off the UFO and to its death. The UFO explodes as the alien falls from the sky. He lands on his face, too weak to stand up. That is until a military vehicle arrives. But with a stroke of luck, this vehicle was being driven by Fat Kids, the alien's allies. The Fat Kids place the alien in his UFO along with Installball. As the military arrive, the alien blasts off into space. The Fat Kids try and escape the military, but all hope seems to be lost. That is until the alien beams up the Fat Kids using his UFO, lifting them to safety and escaping the military. In 2023, the Behemoth released Alien Hominid Invasion, which continued the story. It turns out that the alien hominid was not alone. In fact, an entire ship of aliens exists. This ship, called the Mothership, displays a broadcast to all the aliens on board, showing the story of the alien hominid. 19 years away from Earth, the Mothership sets off through space with one intention: invade Earth. The year is 2023 and Mothership has arrived to Earth. Noticing the UFO, the FBI attempt to shoot down Mothership, but this time the laser bounces off. Now in a panic, the FBI activate OMG, an emergency protocol which mobilizes all agents, ready to deal with the new alien invasion. The aliens' objective is to get to the FBI headquarters, as inside, the FBI is storing mutation juice. This juice is what Mothership uses to create more aliens, as well as giving them their unique abilities. So the aliens battle their way through the city, fighting through construction sites, sewers, and city blocks, eventually fighting their way all the way up to the FBI headquarters. Inside, the aliens are met with a choice. They can either spare this FBI agent or kill him. Now there is no canon choice here, but I'm going to assume the aliens don't kill him. Now inside the headquarters, the aliens destroy 3 mutation tanks. After destroying all 3 tanks, the aliens are ready to return to Mothership, but before they can, the FBI deploy Megabot, a large metallic robot. The aliens battle the boss, eventually defeating it and returning to Mothership. As the aliens return, a Fat Kid spies on the FBI. He sees another robot that the FBI working on. He also sees another FBI invention, although before we can find out, he falls out of shock. Back on board Mothership, she uses the mutation juice to create more aliens, preparing for the second invasion. On the second invasion, the aliens once again battle their way to the FBI headquarters, breaking open 3 mutation tanks and collecting the juice. But before they can leave, they are attacked by Installball B, an alien-type creature piloting a large metallic body, very similar to the one seen in Alien Hominid. Now it's not 100% sure if this is the same Installball, but I think it's safe to presume it isn't, since it has a B in its name and is called Next of Spin, a play on Next of Kin. Anyway, the aliens defeat Installball and return to the Mothership. We then cut to the General, as it flashes back to 2004. The same cutscene we saw from the end of Alien Hominid begins to play, but this time from the perspective of the Fat Kids. Now it was thought that the Fat Kids were saved by the UFO beam at the end of Alien Hominid, but it turned out that one of the Fat Kids was left behind, which led to this kid being captured by the FBI. We see the Fat Kid grow up and eventually turn into an FBI agent himself. And it turns out that this Fat Kid is the General. On the third invasion, the aliens battle their way to the FBI headquarters, Once again, they steal 3 tanks of mutation juice and this time fight Bustotron, which seems to be a newer model of the Tin Man seen in Alien Hominid. It was also the robot seen in the first cutscene. The aliens and Bustotron fight, but of course, the aliens defeat Bustotron and return to the mothership. We then cut to a news helicopter. We see aliens are causing havoc on the streets. That's until a wasp flies in and attacks the aliens, the same mech seen in Alien Hominid. According to the news, the aliens are getting weaker and the FBI are getting stronger. On the 4th invasion, the aliens steal 3 tanks of mutation juice and defeat the wasp. We then cut to Mothership, where we see her deciding which alien to create and what mutation to give them. This is all being done using the mutation juice. We then cut to a family watching the news, where it seems that the FBI are also using the mutation juice, but instead, they are turning ordinary people into FBI agents, drawing an interesting parallel between the aliens and the FBI. We see a kid wandering down the street. He spots a group of fat kids entering a hideout. He puts on a hat and is recruited into the fat kids. The fat kids hideout is essentially a safe zone. It's where the fat kids mainly operate. Aliens can come to the hideout to purchase new weapons, upgrades, and practice. On the 5th invasion, the aliens once again enter the FBI headquarters. Now, depending if you spared the FBI agents or killed them, one of 2 cutscenes will play. If you didn't kill any FBI agents, you'll see the general kicking out a group of agents. But one disgruntled agent runs into a shower. Here, he showers and drinks mutation juice. This turns him into Juice Man, a human mutation juice hybrid. If you decided to kill all the agents, then you'll see an agent crying at the memorials of all the agents you killed. He drinks a bottle of mutation juice, turning him into Juice Man. Either way, the aliens and Juice Man fight outside the FBI headquarters, and after a lengthy battle, the aliens beat Juice Man and return to the mothership. We then see the general creating a plan to infiltrate the fat kids' hideout. It then cuts to the plan in action. The FBI agents breach and attack the hideout. That is until a large muscly fat kid comes and beats the agents. This is the leader of the fat kids. He sends them away in a train car, but during the attack, a fat kid was able to keep hold of an FBI weapon. Something Mothership scans before glitching and turning red. During the cutscene, we can see that the general and fat kid leader have the same picture. These are the fat kids seen at the end of Alien Hominid. Using this, we can surmise that the general and fat kid leader used to be friends. That is before the general was captured. On the 6th and final invasion, the aliens arrive to the FBI headquarters. In the background, we see regular people being turned into agents. Something that has gotten out of control. Up ahead, we see multiple fat kids and their leader trying to make peace with the general. The general deploys weapons and a bomb, ready to attack. Just then, the fat kid leader shakes his head, disappointed at what his friend has become. The general stops, ashamed at what he's become, but it's too late. The chain carrying the bomb snaps. As it falls towards the ground, the leader of the fat kids is able to catch it and throw it in the air. Everyone runs and braces for impact. That is until the aliens arrive and using their bodies cover up the bomb, saving everyone involved. This leads to a standoff, the FBI versus the fat kids, with the aliens in the middle. Before a fight can break out, the fat kid leader attempts to stop his side from using any weapons, as it would make them no better than the FBI. But Mothership notices the fat kids using these weapons, as she tries to command the aliens to attack. Mothership now sees them as a threat, since they are no longer peaceful. But the aliens don't listen. Developing their own free will, they smash the connection between them and Mothership, now being able to think for themselves. The aliens point their weapons at the FBI, but before anything can happen, a radio signal appears and reaches Mothership. This turns Mothership into Grandmothership, Mothership's mother. Grandmothership descends, ready to fight anyone that defies her. So the aliens engage and fight with Grandmothership. Grandmother uses lasers, drills, bombs, everything to defeat the aliens. Out of desperation, Grandmothership even slams into the ground, trying to crush the aliens. But this leaves her vulnerable, allowing the aliens to get damage on her. The FBI sends in drones to destroy the ship's glass. This angers Grandmothership as she beams the aliens up to space. The fight continues. fists and lasers, the ship tries everything, but is no match against the aliens. As the ship is defeated, it falls down to Earth, but working together, the General and Fat Kid leader catch the ship, preventing it from crushing the aliens. The FBI, Fat Kids, and aliens all gather to deliver one last attack to the ship, breaking the ship's antenna and severing the connection from Grandmothership. This turns the UFO back into Mothership. We then see a small UFO in the background. This turns out to be the original alien from Alien Hominid. So the Fat Kid leader and original alien gift the General an ice cream, which is the Fat Kid's favourite food. An explosion of ice cream occurs, allowing everyone to peacefully play in the ice cream, with peace now being formed between the aliens, Fat Kids, and FBI as the credits begin to play. We see in a post-credit scene that two older Fat Kids and an alien are pumping a UFO full of ice cream. It's never explained, but I assume that these are the two other Fat Kids that were rescued by the alien in the original Alien Hominid. On board the UFO is the original alien. They say goodbye to the Fat Kid leader and blast off into space, potentially looking to spread ice cream across the universe, or maybe return to the alien's home planet and share the ice cream there. We also see Mothership travel through space. She lands at a much larger ship. This is Grandmothership, as we see other motherships on board too. It is then revealed that Boris, the Russian leader from Alien Hominid, survived. It seems he has teamed up with Grandmothership and is leading an army of other Russian spacecrafts. We see they have conquered all the planets in the system as they travel off, presumably to invade Earth, leaving the newly formed alliance of FBI, aliens, and Fat Kids to defend the planet. And that's where the story ends. I'm going to be making a video on my predictions on where the story can go, since there's a lot to talk about, but we'll save that for another video. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.